Have you ever thought how fast your brain works when solving puzzles, or come up with a brilliant idea in an unexpected moment? Our brains are wonderful biological machines, faster than the best supercomputer, with the ability to process trillions of information every second. But don't let your guard down. Although super advanced, the brain also has a human side. That is the boundary that sometimes makes us upset. Try to think about, have you ever hesitated to make a simple decision? Like choosing the lunch menu? I finally changed my mind and chose the usual menu. Or, have you ever felt able to stop thinking about small mistakes, even if it has passed? That's because our brains are designed not for illusions, but also survive. The brain is more focused on threats and problems than solutions. And we've survived since prehistoric times. However, here's the good news. Once we understand how things work and the limitations, brain, we can outsmart this system. We can change bad habits. And it can train the brain to be more intelligent, focused, and productive. Imagine, with a little trick, you can make your brain work like a personal trainer who always supports you to reach your best potential. So, let's delve deeper into how our brain actually works and what we can do about it. Our brains are amazing. But don't forget, the brain also likes to be lazy. The brain should work hard, but the brain chooses the fastest way and easiest to save energy. If the brain is human, maybe she are the type of friends who are always looking for a shortcut. When climbing mountains, it's efficient, but sometimes it makes trouble. Let's talk about his 3 main weaknesses. The first, cognitive bias. Do you always feel right when arguing? That's because the brain secretly works like a lawyer, who are just looking for an excuse to win your argument, even though the actual facts say otherwise. This is called confirmation bias. Unfortunately, this makes us often miss opportunities, or a new view. Like, we choose to wear opaque glasses, even though clear glasses are on the table. The second, the multitasking myth. Can multitask is cool. Whoever said that must not know the scientific facts. Our brain's not actually multitasking. On the contrary, the brain likes to jump from one task to another, like a little kid who tries to play in all the amusement park games at once. Result, productivity drops by 40%, and mistakes rise sharply. The third one, mental exhaustion. Every decision, from choosing breakfast to deciding on business strategy, little by little, has drained your brain energy. This is called decision fatigue. When that energy runs out, you choose the easier, even if it's not the best. So, if ever eat junk food at night after a busy day, don't blame your appetite, but blame your already exhausted brain. Knowing these boundaries doesn't mean we have to get frustrated with our brains. On the contrary, it's like understanding the weaknesses of a close friend. After knowing, we find ways to complement each other and help our brains work better. Okay, now we know the brain has a weakness. But don't worry. Like superheroes who have weaknesses but are still cool, our brains can also be helped by tricks. Here are some simple strategies, but powerful for turning brain weakness into strength. The first one, take advantage of dopamine. Imagine dopamine as a mini cup, which is administered by the brain every you accomplish something. The more often you receive this trophy, the more excited your brain to move forward. Break a big task into small steps. Like, open a notebook. Then write the first paragraph. Every little step that's completed will give you a fun boost of motivation. Like playing games, start from a small level. Then get on to the more difficult. The second, reframing negative thoughts. Our brains have a negative side. It likes to detect threats, even where it's actually safe. The solution is to change perspective. When you think, "I can't do this," try to turn your mind into, "I'll start with one little thing." It feels like changing the camera lens, from focusing on problems towards brighter opportunities. The third one, mindfulness practice. That mindfulness, like hitting the pause button in the middle of a noisy life movie. With only 5 minutes a day, you can make the brain more calm and focused. How simple. Take a deep breath. Feel the air coming in, then let it out slowly. No need for candles, aromatherapy, or relax music. Just do it while you sit back. As a result, the brain becomes fresher, ready for the next task without drama. With these strategies, you're like giving your brain a free upgrade. Don't need massive effort. Pretty small steps, but consistent. Brain, you will be grateful, with sharper performance and increased productivity. You ready to try? Neuroplasticity might sound like a complicated medical term, but actually, this is good news for all of us. Our brains can change and evolve, like muscles that get stronger when they're trained. So, even if you feel this is already congenital, just calm down. With minimal effort, your brain can be more flexible, resilient, and ready to face challenges. Let's see how. Imagine your brain is like a garden. Every time you learn something new, you plant seedlings, which can grow into large trees. Whether it's learning a musical instrument, foreign language, or even a magic trick, everything creates a new neural connection. So, when was the last time you challenged yourself to something completely new? If you haven't, it might be a good time to try. Your brain loves movement or not. This does not mean running a marathon, but with a brisk walk for 30 minutes is enough to increase blood flow to the brain, helps neurons grow, and it can strengthen the memory. Bonus, you can also feel happier thanks to endorphins. So next time you feel stuck, why don't you take a walk? Your brain likes small challenges, the unexpected. For example, use the non-dominant hand to brush your teeth. Or, when you get home from work, take a different route. Simple things like this, giving the brain a little workout. That can improve adaptability. It's like a mini gym for your mind. Point: neuroplasticity gives us hope. Our brains never stop learning or developing. With the right exercises and habits, we can keep the brain sharp and ready to face whatever comes. So, what's your first step today to brain training? Okay, we all definitely want to be productive, but sometimes it feels like trying. Climbing mountains when it rains, the storm? Don't worry. With some smart little quirks, you can climb easier without losing your breath. It's not about working harder, but work smarter. We discuss simple tricks to make your day more effective. In colored, the first one, the Pomodoro technique. Have you ever felt the work continues, but it came out a little? Well, try with the Pomodoro technique. It's like giving your brain time to play and learn. You focus on work for 25 minutes. Then take a 5-minute break. This cycle makes you stay fresh and focused without feeling exhausted. Plus, it feels really satisfied when the alarm sounds. Like completing game challenges, The second, time blocking. If your life feels like an endless to-do list, time to try time blocking. The way, schedule specific tasks at specific times. For example, morning for creative work, noon for a meeting, and afternoon for light duty. It's like making a map for your day, so as not to get lost in confusion. And as a result, reduced stress, and the results are maximum. The third, journaling. Journals not just for the record, but also as an amazing productivity tool. Write intention in the morning to give direction, and note reflections at night for evaluation. In addition to helping clear the mind, writing a journal can also increase creativity and give you a moment, the unexpected. The fourth, synchronization of energy and time. Have you ever been more productive in the morning or at night? It's because you have a natural rhythm energy. Use peak energy moments for heavy duty, like brainstorming, or complete a large project. Instead, keep light tasks, like answer an email, when your energy starts to decline. With like this, you work according to the biological clock of the brain. With this custom, your productivity will feel better. Like a machine that, newly serviced, you, Dan T, have to apply everything at once. Just pick the one that fits best and start from there. Remember, the key to productivity is not working harder, but wiser. So, which one do you want to try first? Sometimes we think that change must be spectacular, like suddenly becoming a successful person overnight. In fact, major changes, it often starts with small steps, which is consistent and easy to do. Like planting trees, today you only plant small seeds, but the next few years, you will sit in the shadow of the tree. Let's start with simple steps, which can be straightforward. You try? Want to be more productive without feeling overwhelmed? Pomodoro technique is a simple but powerful trick. Set time 25 minutes and focus on just one task. When the alarm goes off, give a small gift to yourself, like a 5-minute break or a favorite cup of coffee. It was like winning the first level on the game. Your motivation immediately rises. Sometimes brilliant ideas come when we move, not when sitting, staring at a blank screen. Try walking in the park or around the house. No need to run a marathon. Just let your thoughts flow with the steps. Who knows? The solution to the problem you are looking for suddenly appears just like that. Start the day with, write the 3 most important things you want to accomplish that day. It doesn't need to be long. Just 3 enough. It helps you focus and feel more focused. And every time you cross off one completed task, it feels like conquering the world. Small changes become more meaningful if you share your story with someone else. Tell your experience to a friend, family, or community. Who knows, your small steps also inspire others to begin their journey. Wouldn't it be great if we could grow up together? Essentially, you don't have to make big changes overnight. That small step is enough. Origin is done consistently. As the saying goes, 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So, what's your first step today? Your brain is like a muscle. The more often it is trained the right way, the stronger and more flexible. But don't be too hard on yourself or go overboard. Our brains have an incredible ability to learn, adapt, and evolve, even in adulthood. Essentially, journey to understand and maximize your brain. is the best investment for a more meaningful life? Imagine your brain like a computer that is constantly looking for updates, software. With the right strategy, you can keep upgrading your brain. Make it sharper and ready for the challenge. Problem is, most of us forgot to read the guide. And now you know how. Just practice. Don't need to instantly change an entire life overnight. Start with a simple strategy, the most suitable for you. Try mindfulness, the Pomodoro technique, or simply write 3 daily priorities. Every little step you take, it is a powerful message to your brain. So, we are growing and developing. Journey to understand the brain is not something that is finished in a day. There will be days when you feel stuck or tired. But it's natural. Think of it as part of the process. The key is consistency. Remember, your brain is always ready to take on new challenges, as long as you give it a chance. So, what are your plans today? Choose one strategy. Take the first step, and see how your life starts to change. Because at the end of the day, this journey is not about being perfect, but about continuing to grow and evolve, step by step. You can definitely